you don't talk about it. You don't talk about like who has problems or what somebody's problem is.
I have so many friends who are like under like incredible pressure from their parents, and like it really like gets to them, and they really start just not being themselves.
The most outgoing and lively person you know might be afraid to get help because they think that they're not supposed to have that problem.
The big thing is stigma. No one really wants to talk about it. No one really wants to like be the one that has the mental illness.
They assume that everyone else is perfect, so I have to be, so now I'm not normal, even though they're normal.
A lot of them equate their own self-worth with colleges that they get into. Who makes athletic teams, even social strata. All those things are part of two basic questions. Who am I and what's my place? And high school, it's the lucky kid who answers those questions by the time they leave. I think most don't.
They know that mental illness is out there, but they don't know how to deal with it, and there's no forums that are readily open and available to them to discuss and sort of clear the air.
People can become very easily overwhelmed by everything, just trying to survive, let alone trying to do well and be successful in your life.
You know that like it'll get better, and you know that things will be all right. It's not as easy for a lot of people, and it's unfair, and it's really a powerless feeling when you're so close to someone and you just see them falling and you can't help.
There are just so many more out there that are suffering and that just don't want to tell anyone. It really like made it important to me and my family to like tell people that, you know what, it's okay to get help. We just didn't want anyone else to have to go through that, or any other siblings or any other parents to have to go through that. So that's really why we started this organization and why we feel that it's very important.
How many seek help? 85%? Half or less than a third? Now, none of these numbers are, I mean, it's like...
After we had the AIR presentation here last year, a large number of students actually went to seek help. It really opened the door. Many of our health and PE staff have asked to have the program come back.
So by starting now here in high school, at your level, we can hopefully bring up the next generation and generations past.
I saw a lot of students actually feel and like listen. No one had a cell phone out. They were all listening to understand more of what it's about.
The biggest benefit of a program like AIR in a high school is just getting out the word that they're not alone, that there are other teenagers and adults that are dealing with some of the same mental illness issues, and there is help for them so that they can see some light at the end of the tunnel.
A lot of people throughout their 4 years of high school, if they've been educated about mental illnesses, a lot of like the bullying and stuff and the social pressures of high school might have been a little bit like not as intense.
I know AIR has been working hard to really trying to get the word out and like just show people you're not a freak of nature if you have an issue.
We get a dialogue where kids feel comfortable in talking about problems they may be having or problems they see their friends having, and somehow connect those people, but someone who can start to get them in the right direction towards getting some help.
It needs to change, and I really think AIR is the step in the right direction to change that stigma, to make it so that anyone can get help. I think it's really going to make that change, and I want to be a part of that.